going to use all our props today if you have them. If you have a strap, just put it next to your mat or a belt or a robe tie or a towel if you don't have one. No. Lower my shade just a little bit. It's kind of bright. Well, I have 9:30, so I think we'll get started and I'll just keep an eye on the screen for if our other two come on in. So we're actually going to start seated today. And we're just going to start in a comfortable seated position. So let me go ahead and get everyone on mute. So just like a easy seat, Sukhasana. And I'm going to start with my right ankle in front of my left. If that's comfortable, you can do that. And from here, we're just going to really just kind of like lazily and gently start to walk the hands forward. Okay, and if you have any props that you want to lean on here, that is always an option. Okay, so just gently starting to feel our way into the hips. Okay, so if your right ankle is in front of the left, you're going to start feeling a little stretch in the outside of the right hip and the right seat. Set yourself up so that your upper body feels supported. And it's just going to be a softening, a draping of the upper body. And as you settle into this first posture, bring your attention to your seat. And notice if your seat tends to rock forward and lift up, and see if you can just really consciously let the back of your seat draw down towards the ground as your upper body rounds and folds forward. So really paying attention to that sensation behind the hips and the lower back. Feel your seat dropping towards the ground. Just begin to breathe in your body. And feel the back of the body begin to loosen and to open up. With each exhale, allow the body to let go a little bit more. To drop into your seat. Let's land here for just about 7 or 8 more slow and steady breaths. And welcome, Mary. We're just setting into an easy seat here. So if you're in your easy seat, go ahead and lift your upper body. Okay. And just lean back for a moment. And we're just going to switch sides, so take your time. If there's something else you feel like you want to do in between, if you want to stretch your legs out for a moment, maybe wiggle them a little bit. And then we're just going to set up for your easy seat on the other side. So for me, my left ankle will be in front. And then again, we just really take our time here because we know we're going to be here a little while. There's no rush. So feel the weight of your seat drop into the ground. And then from there, start to let your body lean forward. Find support under your hands. And soften your spine as you allow it to just spill forward. Maybe even setting up a place for your head to rest, whether it's on a block or your arms. Maybe you bend your elbows and rest your forehead in your palms. And then as you settle into your forward fold, see if you can bring to your attention your seat again and notice if it's rocking forward. And see, without too much manipulation, without too much effort, just feel the back of your seat drop down towards the ground again. And then start to breathe in the back of your body, feeling the space behind your hips, and your seat, and your lower back. Just feel that space start to open up and release. Allow your breath to be slow and steady, soothing. Let's land here about 5 more breaths. And slowly lift your upper body. And take your time as you lean back. Extend the legs out in front of you. Maybe give them a shake. So we're going to take one more forward fold before we move on. And this time the legs are just going to stay extended in front of you. So if it's more comfortable or suits you better to widen your legs a little bit, you can do that. You're welcome to use any props here to support your body again if you want. And we're just going to, just like we did in the other forward folds, it's just a real gentle, slow draping of the body forward. So if you want to build up some support for a place to rest your head, you can do that, or you can let your head dangle. If you feel like it might be helpful to bend the knees, sometimes I tuck my wrists under my knees to keep them bent. So it's totally up to you. But we're just going to apply the same kind of principles here of that draping of the body, of feeling the seat dropping down toward the ground. Okay, so resisting the urge to let it lift up, but rather think about drawing the seat downwards. And then feeling the connection of your seat and the back of the legs, the heels, feel it grounding down. Feel the ground beneath you, holding and supporting the weight of the body. Feel the breath moving in your lower back. Feel the breath expanding out to the side, widening the ribs, the rib cage. Really connect to a sense of the whole back body softening and releasing. You're just dropping into stillness. And feeling your body breathe in stillness. We're going to stay here about 10 more breaths. And then really slowly, really mindfully start to lift your upper body. Take your time. Really allow it to be like slow motion here. So just place your props to the side. And we're going to come into constructive rest. So knees will bend. And we're just going to ease our way onto our back. So making sure that as you come onto your back, you want to have your block and your strap nearby. But we'll start with constructive rest. So knees bent, feet a little bit wider than hips width, knees falling toward one another. And we'll take just a couple of breaths here, feeling the spine settle. Should feel pretty good after all that forward folding to feel the spine supported by the ground. And from here, begin to extend your legs out long. And then extend your arms up over your head. And just feel the body stretch. So now opening up the front and back of the body. So we're going to head into a gentle banana pose. So you can take any variation with your arms. You can keep them interlaced. You can grab opposite elbows. And then just lift your upper body up and over to the right, just a little bit. And then add in the legs if you want, feet over to the right. Just enough so that you're feeling a really nice opening along the left side of the body. Okay, right ankle can cross on top of the left if that feels supportive, if that feels grounding. And then just allow yourself to settle in here and breathe into the side body. So we want just a real gentle opening in the side body, nothing forced. Resist the urge to effort into more sensation and instead relax into where you are. Allow wherever you have landed to be enough. Just breathe. Again, without feeling like you need to intensify anything, just notice where you feel this sensation in this posture. Not noticing to change, but just noticing to be present. Stay with that sensation for just another 5 breaths. Take another breath in your posture. And then guide yourself back through center. And as you land back in center, decide if there's anything you want to do before we go to the other side. So maybe a little bridge, or maybe you want to hug the knees into your chest, or maybe you just want to land in the center. And then when you're ready, you'll stretch your arms up overhead and set yourself up for your banana pose on the other side. So shifting the upper body to the left, and then adding the feet over to the left just a little bit. Maybe taking the right ankle over the left. And then land in your posture as is. It doesn't have to be deeper. It doesn't have to be any more intense. You're just opening the right side of the body. Breathing into the space between the ribs. Creating more space from the hip to the armpit. Gently expanding the space in the outer hip region. Let your head, your neck, and your shoulders be heavy. And just notice your breath as it moves in and out of the side body. Five more breaths here. With gentleness, bring yourself back to center. And take your time to move in any way that feels good here. When you're ready, we're going to set up for supported bridge. So block or bolster is just going to slide under the hips at the base of your spine. Setting yourself up so that the weight of your pelvis is supported. by whatever is underneath you. Consider allowing your eyes to close here. As we just land here for a minute or two in supported bridge. So that your head is supported by the ground beneath you, as is your upper back. Weight of the pelvis supported by your prop. Soles of the feet connecting to the ground. Just a few more breaths here. The next few breaths, we're going to push down into our feet. Lift the hips. Remove the prop. And reconnect the back of the hips to the ground. And gently draw both knees in toward the chest. And take a moment to just circle the knees or rock side to side, whatever feels good here, to just give the lower back a little bit of massage. From here, hug the right knee into the chest, let the left leg either extend all the way out to the edge of the mat, or you can keep the leg bent, your choice. You can hug the right knee toward your chest, or you can angle it out toward the right armpit if that feels a little bit better. Just taking a few breaths here. Just tugging the right knee toward the chest or the right armpit. And then grab your strap or something like a strap and loop it around the ball of your right foot. And we're going to send the right foot toward the ceiling. So setting up your strap so that you can take one side in each hand. Make sure your strap is adjusted in a way that you can really relax your shoulders on the ground. And then just settle into that sweet spot where it's not too much effort. where you've got just enough sensation to just land here and observe the back of the right leg. Okay, so the right leg is straight, but the knee can be soft. We're going to stay here about 5 more breaths, and then we're going to add in some variation. Now, if your left leg is extended, go ahead and bend the left leg so the sole of the foot is on the ground. Reach up, grab both sides of the strap with your right hand. And as you open the right leg out to the right, let the left knee open up to the left. So both legs are opening. And I want you to bring your attention to your seat and see if you can feel that the sides of your seat are balancing each other. Okay, so you're opening the inner thighs here and allowing the weight of the right side of your seat and the left side of the seat to balance. And you're holding your right leg with your right strap. The weight of the legs are helping to balance. So we won't be here too long, just a couple of breaths here. Allowing the weight of the left leg to kind of balance out the weight of the right leg. The seat is balanced and supported. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Now, as you draw your right leg back through center, draw your left knee in and crisscross your upper thighs. So your right leg's going to come right over your left thigh. And now the strap is in my left hand. And my thighs are making an X. It's a small X. Because at some point you can't go any further because the legs prohibit each other, okay? So you should feel probably some outer hip IT band stretch happening in the right leg. The left leg is just supporting the right leg here. It's like another prop. So the legs are crisscrossed at the very upper part of the inner thighs. And again, the left leg is just like a prop for the right leg. Send your breath into the outside of the right leg. And again, without feeling like you need to intensify or change the sensation, see if you can just be with it in whatever way that it arises here. Five more breaths. Soften your right knee. Start to bend the right knee back in toward your chest. Uncross the legs. Straighten the left leg out, and we're going to move into a spinal twist. So right knee's heading over to the left side. So if you want, you could place a bolster under that right knee if you wanted it to be more supported. Okay, or maybe you'd rather have the bolster under the right shoulder. So you can decide, but allow yourself to just relax into a nice big spinal twist. All right, let's come back through to center. Bringing both feet to the ground, knees bent. And we'll hug our left knee in to start. Right leg can extend. So just coming back to the beginning of the sequence on the left side. So left knee can always angle out towards the left a little bit if that feels good, if that feels better, if that feels more right. Find your strap, loop it around the ball of the left foot, and we'll head into extension on this side. So setting yourself up, the left leg is just extending straight up to start. And again, being creative with your strap and finding a place that feels just right for you to observe the sensation in the back of the left leg. And let your eyes close. And allow your breath to be easy. Just noticing what comes up as you settle into this leg extension. Begin to bend your right leg. Sole of the right foot to the ground. Take the strap, reach way up high with the left hand and start to open the left leg out to the left as you open the right knee to the right side. And so finding a place that feels somewhat balanced with left leg, right leg. And then really zeroing in on the sides of the seat and see if you can get a sense of the sides of your seat being balanced from right to left. And you can be creative with how you use your strap also. So I'm actually using my right hand to hold my left strap, or to hold the strap. So there's no hard and fast rules for this practice. It's a whole lot of feeling. So be intuitive and drop in and be present with whatever comes up. We're here just a few more breaths. And then slowly draw your left leg in as you draw your right inner thigh back towards center. Crisscross at the top, left thigh crossing over the right thigh, allowing the right thigh to stop the left leg. Okay, so it can only go so far here. And then you settle wherever that leg stops. You may even want to bring your left fingers to the left outer thigh and just draw your left hip away from your upper body so that you can really feel the outer hip and the outer thigh. And settle into sensation here. See if you can breathe into and create more space with whatever comes up. Notice if these sensations want to attach themselves to emotions or feelings. And see if you can just breathe with that. Be with whatever comes up. It's not good or bad. It's just present. It's just being present. A few more breaths here. And gently release the crisscross of the legs. Hug the left knee into your chest, straighten the right leg out. You can remove the strap and then send the left leg over to the right for a spinal twist. From here, roll all the way on to your right side. And as you feel ready, we're going to make our way towards a puppy pose. So just keeping the hips up high and stretching the arms out forward. So puppy or heart melting. You're welcome to stay in puppy or heart melting, or maybe you'd rather even take a child's pose. My body is actually kind of calling for a down dog, so I'm gonna head there. So you can decide what feels best for you. When you're ready, and you can really come into this from any of, from hands and knees or from downward facing dog. We're gonna head into half pigeon or supported half pigeon. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my left leg, and I'm just gonna slide my left knee forward, and then I'm gonna grab a prop and place it under my left hip. So a bolster, a block, a folded blanket, whatever you have. And then when you feel ready, we're just gonna fold forward. So again, this isn't about intensity. You're setting yourself up for support and then allowing your upper body to drape forward. Okay, so maybe you have a prop under your left hip and under your upper body, as I do. Really continue to snuggle yourself in here for just a little bit longer. More breaths here. And then gently lift your upper body. Take your time and decide what's going to feel good for you as you come out of this posture. And really honor that. Whatever it is you need to do to bring yourself back to neutral. You need a down dog or side bend. And then in the next couple of breaths, you can switch your props to the other side. You'll start to make your way into your sleeping swan on the other side, or your half pigeon, whatever you like to call it. So this time supporting the right hip. And then again, maybe the upper body also. And then snuggle yourself in. And let the weight of your body be supported by the ground. Let's take just about 8 more breaths here. Allowing the ground to support the weight of your body. And then slowly lift yourself back up. And again, do whatever it is you need to do to bring yourself back to neutral. Maybe a down dog or just hands and knees. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in child's pose or seed pose. So seed pose, the thighs are together and the belly rests right on the upper thighs. We just tuck in, but if it's more comfortable or suits you better to have your knees wide, you can do that. As you settle into your seed pose or your child's pose, really take a moment to feel the tops of your feet pressing on the ground, your shins. Feel the compression of the belly to the thighs. Feel your forehead resting on the ground. Allow yourself to land here. For just a few more breaths. And then decide from here how you would like to complete your practice. So we have a few minutes left. You can come onto your back for traditional corpse pose. You could take any restorative posture, or you could set up for seated meditation. So finding a finishing posture of your choice and settling in here for 2 minutes. As you settle into this final posture, see if you can connect to the feeling of just draining any residual tension out of the body. So anything that's left, just allow it to drain out, leaving your body relaxed, at ease, open and receptive. In the next couple of breaths, allow your breath to deepen. Begin to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Once you feel ready, you can make your way back to seated. Coming to face forward. We complete our practice together by bringing our hands together at our heart. And together we fold forward, sealing in your yoga practice.